So I'm going to go through a couple samples here, and these are a few Sandmar products. So I just wanted to compare. When you do the laser, you can make it dark, it's flat. And when you do the embossing, you've got 3-dimension in there. And I just did another logo right here to give you an idea. So when you look at these, there's nothing on the back side, and it's going to stay like that forever. Here I did on the back of the yoke. Again, a 14-second decoration. It's worth $550 if you do a low volume, $350 if you do a higher volume. I told you a customer did 9,000 pieces and they were $3 each. So here's another example where I've taken a polyester hoodie. This is with the laser and this is with the embossing. So it's 3-dimensional. And look at this. How are you going to embroider on a pocket? What are you going to do? You're going to put your hands in and then go in. I mean, I've done that here. Doesn't make a difference what's on the underside, but we even have a trick not to have that show up there, but I've got it on the pocket. And I feel like David Copperfield. I should pull out like some fruit or a rabbit or something like that. Look how light this is. Complete, utter, total nightmare to embroider. And there's what the inside looks like. That against your skin is unnoticeable. And it's a quick and simple decoration. There's an example of a jacket. So, I mean, denim's sort of passé right now, but it's in the office because we used to have it. It still attracts people. This is when you would buy something pre-washed. This here is done in an unwashed, embossed, and then it's stone washed, and that's how you get the difference there. Move over here a bit. I think I just showed this in another video where we have a product with the Celtic logo, women's shirt, done right dead center in the front. And so critical to understand that you've got nothing to catch on the woman's undergarment, the bra, or anything like that. So for anybody else, you've got stuff that itches all the time, people hate it, totally eliminate that. Soft shell jacket. So there's a couple rules you have to go by, which we teach you on site, but essentially you can test things out first one time in your life on some mistake. And once you understand that, once you see what the results are, you document it. And on our embossing machine, there's a preset library for everything you can imagine where you start from. So if you never saw us again after the training, you just type in, you know, acrylic, cotton, wool, polyester, whatever, and you would have a pre-starting point so you wouldn't have to guess. The second thing is, when you've got this and you've got a SKU number, you could literally put that product into our machine and into your custom library. So from now on, whenever you got ABC soft shell, you just pull it up and you wouldn't have that issue. This was when we attached screen printing to the embossing machine, and we did a multicolor logo, very large, and you know, very next to nothing on the back side there. This is from a client a long time ago, and it's basically screen printed, and then with the laser we aligned it and we debossed footprints into the garment. Really simple and cool. This is an ancient program, but it was good. This is a funny story. So what we had was a client who was skeptical about selling because they just had a basic Gildan shirt and they were selling it higher than anybody else in a resort area. And there's all kinds of people selling 3 shirts for $10, etc. And he said, okay, you know, life without pavement. So what we did was, I think the first one was a canoe, but we always made some extra, and then we put a new icon in the middle. So we did feet on the sand, we did canoeing, we did hiking, kayaking, walking, all those different activities. And every time we would send him an order, because he just wanted to try it, we would then include a new one in there in his size to wear. And he did get asked for it, and he knew it was a joke. He thought basically, you know, it'll never sell. He was more expensive than anybody else, but people then came by the end of the summer and were trying to create a collection out of it, so it was kind of fun at the time. This is an example from years ago, and this is how people have done it with an air-operated press. First of all, it was $22 for a shirt. That's a couple of bucks, but this is when they used the Pellon, and if you take a look at this, this is completely hollow. The boss back is important because it stuffs the raised area. If you use Pellon or any other material, it doesn't stuff the raised area, and this will fail in the wash. But it was here to demonstrate that you could take our heat press, do a gold foil stamp and embossing at the same time and sell it for 22 bucks. It's crazy. Up here is a headrest from the office chair. See that way up there? That was one of the things we started off with. If you take a look at this hat, we kind of have one logo done multiple different ways with the embossing, debossing. It's one hit, but it was just done on the artwork that way. This was kind of cool. It still gets a lot of attention, and I don't know what the light shows, but basically there's nothing underneath here. Okay, it's just that it's done with a certain amount of pressure, and it's forever like that. I think people are laughing because I pull up the shirt on here. One of the early orders, polo jeans, just simple backing on the inside. All kinds of different business product can be used. So if you are familiar in the industry with the big brands, you know, the Gold Bonds, Crown Products, Bullet Lines, They all have our embossing equipment. All they're doing is the business products and portfolios with the debossing. And you can do so many different unique things, right? You can do drinkware. Client, if you want to get it, is MB Works in Pittsburgh area. Use our machine for that. And here's some more drinkware with the debossing, and luggage tags and leather, etc. is all debossing. So it's very simple to be able to do these things. This is a Sanmar product, and if you take a look right here, straighten that out for you. So debossing is done, embossing is done right there. So the same guy that did some of the other samples I showed you did the bag. It doesn't always work. Often a leather dye is different from a textile dye, and an embossing dye and a debossing dye are different, but certain types of dyes will work on multitude of materials, and we show you exactly all those tips and tricks and secrets. Okay, soft shell jacket, a different type of one. Here's one of those windbreaker pieces. Complete utter nightmare to embroider something like this, and a different type of a soft shell jacket. So here you've got the laser strong, the laser light, and then you've got the embossing on there, just to make a comparison for people at the trade show. Quick, easy, simple decorations. If you're looking to transform your business, you want to stand out and be different from other people, then you need to consider doing something unique. We've been doing it for more than 13 years. Some of the biggest clothing companies in North America are now carrying the products. It'll get easier when they publish, 150, 200,000 catalogs and disseminate them. It becomes a household word, and people will start to ask you for it. The advantage was when you're the first in your area, when you're the early adopter in your region, in your city, in your zone, you up the ante. And the people who can't invest, the people who are afraid of investing, the people who make all kinds of excuses don't get the same results. They earn plus or minus 10% of the rest of the people. We're here to help you be in the top 20% of income earners for your business. It's time, as people get older in their businesses, to get to a point where they can sell it. And it's very difficult to find an embroidery business on its own. Very, very few of them, statistically, when you're looking to buy them, make very much money. They barely support their owners at $50,000 a year, but the owners are working more than 60 hours a week. We change that with our equipment, so we look forward to helping you out, and thanks for taking time to watch the video.